What is going on? My name is Mike and this is all about pressure washing. And you've probably heard me talk about how important marketing is and why without a solid marketing strategy, your business will never grow to its full potential. And in all reality, could probably even fail because without lead flow, you have no customers. And with no customers, you have no jobs. No jobs means no money. And that is not where you want to be. Now, I've made dozens of videos on marketing and the best way to get your name out there to potential customers. And more importantly, your ideal or your target customer. But I started to think about something the other night after one of our inner circle video calls, and that is it really makes no difference how great your marketing is or how many leads you have coming in if you can't convert those leads into customers. And that can sometimes almost be as hard as getting the leads coming in the first place, right? And that is what we call sales. And sales is kind of hard and everyone isn't comfortable with sales. And you can be the best at whatever it is you do, right? And you can be awesome at marketing, but if you can't sell, things can get a little bit more difficult because like I said, it's the conversion of leads to customers that makes the money for your business. And let's face it, selling can be kind of scary. Lots of new business owners are afraid of selling. And I think it's a pretty common fear. Now, there are plenty of reasons why you might be afraid of selling. You might be afraid of coming off too pushy. Maybe you're worried that you can't effectively communicate the value of your service to the customer. And a lot of people just hate the rejection. They hate to hear the word no. And I get it, right? These are all valid fears, but they shouldn't keep you from learning how to sell, and you may actually end up loving it. I know there are a ton of reasons to fear selling. There's also great reasons why you shouldn't be afraid of selling, and that's what this video is all about. One of the things that can contribute to some of the stress and fear about selling and about running your own business in general is the fact that sometimes we feel we're alone, right? We're out there on an island all by ourselves. Sure, we have family and friends, but they don't really get the struggle and they don't understand what we're actually going through on a daily basis as we try to grow our businesses. And that's one of the main reasons why we created the Inner Circle. And that was to build a community of business owners who can share their experiences, both good and bad, where we can help each other in a friendly environment, no drama, no judgment, just like-minded professionals holding each other accountable and helping each other grow. But you also get a one-on-one coaching with the core four in our bi-weekly calls. Aaron Parker, Justin Rogers, Cody Yarbrough, and myself. We answer any of your questions. We dive into your marketing, your sales processes, your equipment, chemicals, whatever you need help with. And it's not just us. We have more six-figure earners in this group than anywhere else in the industry, and we want you to be in there next. You also get access to the entire course strip of our entire training library, access to the private mastermind group. The Inner Circle membership has been closed since December. We decided to open it back up for a couple weeks. So if you're interested to join, check out the link below. And if you're interested in growing your business and surrounding yourself with people that are going to encourage you, they're going to hold you accountable and push you to success, hop in, check it out. And I hope to see you on the inside. Okay, so let's talk about the rejection and why we see it as such a bad thing and why it hurts and gets us down. And that's the problem, right? We tend to magnify the actual impact of rejection. We treat rejection like it's bigger than it is. We treat it like it's more important to our business than it really is. And here's the truth, guys. Rejection isn't that bad. I actually think it can be a good thing because when you learn how to view rejection in a healthy way, it becomes a tool that helps us get better at selling. It's a tool we can use to make our business better, and ultimately, it's going to get us more customers and make us more money. And that's why we're all in business. Not only that, but rejection makes us tougher. When I first started selling, I had a hard time dealing with the constant rejection. And I've sold all kinds of things over the years. I graduated from the Citadel and I went straight to work as an outside sales rep for a commercial carpet manufacturer. I was calling on architects and designers, and I would put on my coat and tie every day and I would go to my appointments, and I had to try to get them to spec my product on their jobs. I knew the product, I knew the features, the benefits, all the technical aspects of why it would perform and why they should use it and specify it. But I was young, I was like 23 years old, zero credibility in their eyes, calling on these guys that were 50 and 60 years old, and they saw me and they thought I didn't know anything. And I heard a lot of no's. I dealt with the constant rejection, and each no was like a blow to my ego. And to make matters worse, the sting of each rejection carried over into the next sales call, which meant that I didn't perform as well as I normally would because I was losing confidence in myself. It's like each rejection built on the last one, and I felt like I was in this constant cycle of rejection, and it wasn't fun at all. In fact, it was pretty horrible. But as time went on, I learned just to shrug it off, right? Not only that, I got used to it. When you get rejected over and over, it starts to lose its sting and it hurts less. You become numb to it and it doesn't mess with your head as much. I could have quit. I could have said screw it, but I didn't. I just kept grinding, and I found the best way to get over your fear, or at least my fear of rejection, was to get rejected as much as possible. And it sounds counterintuitive, but it's 100% facts. The more you expose yourself to rejection, the faster you become immune to it. And guess what happens then? You start to learn from it. You start to grow because of it. You see it as an opportunity to learn. You can take a step back and figure out why you got rejected. You can evaluate what you said, how you performed, and figure out how to do it better next time. You refine your pitch. You figure out how to get better and communicate the value more. The more you do it, the easier it gets. It's that simple. And another reason people are afraid of selling is because they think only certain people can be good at it. Some people just are natural at sales, right? Like they're born to sell, but that isn't the case with everyone, and it doesn't have to be, because anybody can learn how to sell if they're willing to commit to learning. Now, learning how to sell is a process. It requires patience and practice, lots of practice actually, and with that practice comes confidence. It's just like any other skill. The more you do it, the better you get at it, right? And if you want to get good at selling, you need to commit to constantly improving yourself, improving your pitch. It's all about the pitch. Not only do you need to practice it, but you also have to learn, right? You have to understand it. There are all kinds of ways to learn. I'm also always learning, always watching, always reading. There are tons of really good videos on YouTube that can help you with sales. There are podcasts and blogs. And of course, there's tons of books out there on selling as well. And when you dedicate yourself to learning how to become a better salesperson, you're going to see that it gets a lot easier to move them to the outcome you want, which is to close the sale and schedule the job. I've made a bunch of videos and shorts on different little sales tips and sales hacks, and I made them because they work for me. But to people who are not business owners or trying to learn how to get better at sales, they might come across as maybe manipulative or sleazy. And that's a common misconception about sales. And it usually comes from somebody that doesn't want to be sold something, or they're just too cheap and they know they can't afford it, right? And yeah, some salespeople use their persuasion skills dishonestly, but that isn't what we do, and it's not what we intend to do, because at the end of the day, we're selling value and we're solving problems and we're helping people. Think about it. If you have prospects that truly need your service, you're doing them a favor by convincing them to hire your company. When you have a mindset that's focused on solving the problems of your customer, it actually makes it easier for you to convince them to say yes and get on the schedule. It's easier because they see that you're not just out there to try to get their money. You actually care about what you're doing, and you're providing a quality service that they need. Selling doesn't have to be scary, right? If you're just starting your business, you have to learn to sell. And here's the bottom line. Anybody can learn how to sell if you're willing to put in the effort. You can learn to get better. And the first step is getting past your fear. By doing this, you're going to find that sales isn't something to be afraid of. And if you want to surround yourself with people just like you who want to grow their businesses, definitely check out the Inner Circle. Like I said, it's only open for a few weeks and we're going to close it back down. All right, guys, so that is it. I really hope this video helped. Keep in mind, sales can be scary, but the more you practice, the better you get and the easier it gets. Hope you guys have a great day.